Hello, hello. Welcome to another week of Sacred Stillness, your invitation to pause in stillness. It doesn't have to be silence, but it has to be intentional stillness where we can feel our feelings, we can think our thoughts, but still remain grounded, remain steady, remain moving forward. I'm showing up after a few weeks of craziness, but I believe the divine asked me to do this Wednesday meditations and Wednesday healings to put myself in a place of stillness and groundness and to call my attention to look within. With the busyness of life, we are always running from one thing to the next. And no matter if you're watching this live or in a recording, this is an invitation to pause and just be within yourself. The last few weeks have been crazy for me personally, but I know many people are going through that. Like the planetary, I'm not an astrologer, but I know the planetary significance of what is going on in the universe. Plus the eclipses. So I know many people are affected. I know many people who are spiritual and who are faithful and have a strong strength emotionally, mentally, are feeling the shakes. So you are not alone if you're feeling that. And this invitation for sacred stillness is even more important if you're feeling those feelings. Sometimes we think, oh, we have so much going on. We cannot pause and spend an hour or 40 minutes listening to this recording or just meditating. That's when you have to do it even more. And I'm trying to walk the talk, not just talk the talk. So I'm doing this for myself too. Showing up however you are doesn't have to be perfect, but showing up and doing what you said you were going to do. A lot of people have messaged me, and I've experienced it too. Something that we call ego dead. And the ego dead is like whoever you think you are, whoever, maybe sometimes you have things planned and organized and they don't happen. How do you react to that? It's okay to have a moment of sadness. It's okay to grieve what you plan or the next opportunities or like what you were dreaming of. It's okay. But do you stay in that motion or do you keep on being grounded and trusting and moving forward? Sometimes it's easier said than done to keep steady in the moments of shakiness, to keep faithful, like to keep that trust and faith in something bigger than you when things are not turning out your way. But again, it's even more important to be intentional about trusting and surrendering and having faith in something bigger. So let's start with today's week of Sacred Stillness. These sessions are channel. Sometimes I get an idea of what we are tapping into or what topic we are talking, but most of the time I don't. And why is that? I open my channels, I ask my divine team to allow me to be a channel of messages, of clarity, of wisdom, of healing, of love. Just be a channel. So my mind doesn't play a role, is whatever the divine team asks me to share with you. So I want you to take a moment to breathe in deep at your own rhythm. Come into the present time. You can close your eyes. And just put aside everything you were doing before the call or watching this video, putting aside everything you're going to do after or your long to-do list. And what they're showing me is your divine team. So your divine team is everyone you believe in. And it could be one god or goddess or a deity or an angel that you believe in, that you're connected to. It could be a team. It could be just more general, like the universe, science, Mother Earth, fire, the elements. It could be anything like that. Or could be an ancestor that you see. Could be a team. I call it divine team because I'm very eclectic. I grew up in a Hindu home. I went 10 years to a Catholic school. I've learned about other religions and cultures and beliefs. And so I've picked and chosen parts that resonate with me. So my divine team sometimes is Shiva coming forward, Lord Shiva, Hindu god of destruction, but destruction for reconstruction, eliminating anything that doesn't serve you. But sometimes it's Krishna, which is Lord Krishna is, how I say it, is pure love. Pure mischievousness as a baby and kid. It was my favorite god. Um, because it was pure love, unconditional love to everyone, and compassion to everyone. Or could be Jesus, or could be Mother Mary. It doesn't matter who it is for you. Just imagine them coming forward. And you can imagine them like physically, like how you see them as an image. You can feel the energy. Normally, I feel mine always as a shield behind me. But today they're coming forward so I can see the faces. So no matter how you see it, just pay attention, notice the energy, notice how your body, how your heart, how your mind feels in their presence. Notice if they are smiling to you. Notice if they feel nurturing or protective. Or maybe stern because they want you to take action. And even if you cannot see or sense them, know that they are here. And we are going to ask them to guide, to co-create this session so you can receive whatever you're ready to receive. Either messages, guidance, wisdom, healing, love, maybe an activation, whatever you are ready to receive today. And when I say you are ready to receive, doesn't mean that if you don't receive anything consciously, you are not receiving anything because you're not ready. You might not receive anything consciously, but unconsciously you are receiving a lot. But sometimes we're not ready to hear it. So we receive it, we put it in the background of our mind and our brain, and when the moment is right, it will come forward. Sometimes I've had sessions, one-on-one sessions or group sessions with someone, and they hear the recording, and then when they hear it the second time, they're like, I don't even remember you saying this message. Or maybe a week or 2 weeks later, something calls their attention, and they're like, hey, I remember in the session, something similar came in. So what they're saying is like, know that you're going to receive exactly what you're ready to receive today. And when you are ready to receive more, you will be able to watch it again, or something will come as a memory in your brain, in your mind, in your soul. What I'm seeing is the divine team, your divine team, putting the hands forward like this, like forward in front of you, open palms facing up, asking you to give them anything that has been heavy on you. So any thoughts, any experiences, any emotions, any heaviness on your heart, any anxiety, any overthinking, to give it to them. And why they're asking you to surrender it to them is because sometimes we think, and I'm at fault at this, sometimes we think we're strong, we're independent, we can do everything. We do everything. We organize everything. And what they're saying is like, we've been by your side. We bring inspiration on check this website, check the flights, check this. What about this? Talk to this person. We guide you. But sometimes our ego makes us think that we are doing everything. And that's why we have the ego dead, when we think we are so important or we think we are doing everything, and then God is like, that's not what's happening, we're changing plans. And you're like, but I did all this planning. And they're like, yeah, but you were not listening to my full guidance, or this is just a preparation for something else, right? We don't know what the plan is. Sometimes they're preparing us for something better, something they are guiding us for what we should not do, right? Like have this experience of what you should not do, so in the future you make it better. Sometimes they take us to places or circumstances or situations or people that we meet, and then we are like, oh, I don't want this, or this is what I don't want to do. And it's an experience, right? Something is coming up of like the thought of making a wrong choice or not trusting your intuition because you think your intuition told you X, but then Y is happening, or your intuition guided you down to the path on the right when you actually had to go in the left, or it made you meet people and surround yourself with people that then you were like, these are not my people, or they don't have the right intentions for me, or the right integrity. Integrity is very important. Integrity is staying true to yourself. Right? For me, integrity is staying true to myself, staying true to my values. My values are my pillars in life. And if I'm derailing from them, maybe it's not the right thing. For example, I don't like gossiping, I don't like drama or like and I used to want to watch reality TV and drama and everything. And then it reached to a point where I was like, I know it's half acted, but I can't watch this pettiness, right? Or if I'm in a group of people and they're talking bad about someone, even if it's not about me, I can't, it doesn't sound right to me because I don't talk behind people. I wouldn't want people to be talking behind others because if they're talking behind others, they might be talking about me too. But it's also not about me. It's just, it doesn't resonate with me. That's not who I am. That's not the values I want to show up. As a healer, as a spiritual guide, integrity is very important, right? Remaining true to yourself, but remaining a safe space for your clients or for those who come to your sessions is very important. And if I meet someone who doesn't keep my people safe, that's not what I want. Or if I meet someone who is not keeping their people safe, it's not someone I want to be connected with. And it doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to ask for explanations, or I don't have to tell them like this is who I am and this is who you are. I just disassociate, detach from them, disconnect from them, because I don't want that in my energy. I don't want that in my surroundings, right? You are, how they say, like you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. So who you are hanging out with? What's the energy that you're hanging out with? Who are you surrounding yourself with? And sometimes we don't have a choice, right? It could be family, it could be close friends, it could be friends of a partner, it could be colleagues at workplace. Sometimes we don't have a choice who we hang out with, but you do have a choice how you interact with them, and also you have a choice of how you protect yourself, how you protect your energy with them, and also you can decide to then socialize with them or not. You don't have to detach completely with them, but you can decide how much engagement you want with them. There's a message here for many people, it feels like, about being very careful on the energy that you surround yourself with. So maybe thoughts, people, circumstances, social media pages or groups that you follow are coming into your mind. Just be more mindful. And the reason why they're saying mindful is because if you are with an anxious person, you might get some of that anxiousness, right? It's not, you're not detached of other people's emotions, especially if you're an empathic person or you care about that person. You kind of take a bit over their energy, right? Like, not like absorb everything, but you are surrounded by that. If you are always with an anxious person about everything, you might start worrying about it too, right? Now, if you are with someone who is happy-go-lucky, who goes with the flow, who always believes things are happening for them and thinks everything with kindness and compassion and like knowing that there's a bigger plan, you might also be influenced by that. So how do you decide to live? How do you prefer to live? And nowadays, news, media is very unsettling. It's very unsettling. But you get to choose how you consume the news, how you consume the media, how much time and effort you put in the media, right? I don't know about algorithms in other social media, but I know in Instagram, the more you like or save certain type of posts, they'll show you more of that. So what are you liking? What are you engaging with? What are you saving? Right? The more you save things that inspire you, or maybe things that teach you, the more they'll show you that. If you are liking and engaging with drama, even if it's to complain and to go against them, you're engaging with that. The algorithm is like, oh, they're commenting. They must want more posts like that, right? So what are you engaging with? Be more mindful moving forward. What energies you're surrounding yourself with? What are you engaging with? It's very, very, very important. And they're saying detachment doesn't mean that you isolate yourself. Some people can do it. Some people do stay a bit disengaged with the world because they are growing something internally, right? Kind of they're showing me a woman pregnant, right? Like, and the baby, they keep the baby safe. And there's a period of time where you're taking care of yourself, of your home. Maybe you don't feel like going out so much because you are in this period of like nesting, they call it, where you are preparing your home and making your home comfortable and easy for you, for your baby. You're organizing, right? Like, because you want to be surrounded by organization or tidiness or feel like something is under your control. And I say, remember, I say feel. Well, I don't say it. They're telling me feel like you are in control. So are we really in control? Are we? They're laughing. And they're saying they don't pretend to misguide us or to take us the wrong path and then or make us believe we have control and then at the last minute pull the rug. That's not what they mean. But there's a reason for things to happen in a certain way. And we can fight it. We can grieve it when it doesn't happen our way. We can say, God, why me? Why now? We can be ashamed that what we were working on is not happening. We can feel all those feelings. It's very natural to feel those feelings, and it's okay. But do you stay on those feelings for days, for weeks, for months? Or do you, at some point, say, okay, you guide me. If this is not for me, you guide me. If I was going the wrong way, show me the lesson. Show me what is the lesson. Show me what I need to learn from this so I don't repeat the same mistake. Make it so clear that I don't go this path again. We can ask God. We can ask for the lessons, for clarity, for guidance. God, the divine, the universe, we can ask. What we cannot do is blame it and be angry and not listen. That's what they don't want you to do. So I think there's some situation coming in people's mind. So I'm going to be silenced because they want us to just listen. So maybe it's a situation, a relationship, something is coming forward for you that you want to ask the divine. Show me the lesson, show me what I need to learn from this, so I don't go this path again. So I don't let my ego rule me again. And ego, sometimes we always think is bad, like, right, ego is egotistic. Well, if the ego is not in balance, then it's bad. And it could be over driven or underdriven, right? Overdriven is when we are selfish and we are egotistic and we only think about ourselves, or we think we are the best, or we think better than anyone. But underdriven is also when we become a pushover, become a doormat, let people step on us. That's also not good. So think of the situation or the person or the relationship or the plans you had. Keep it in your mind and let the divine share whispers of guidance. You can ask for specific questions, or you can just keep in silence, and we're going to ask, what is the lesson behind it? And you can continue asking them or telling them to show you a message, a clear guidance. I would love for you to share if you saw something specific or you got a message and if it resonated, because I think a lot of people got an image or a feeling of relief, of freedom in after you continue. And if you need to continue with this, you can pause this recording. We are watching the recording and continue tapping into that. And now that you're back, just breathe in, anchoring the feeling, anchoring the feeling. And knowing that things happen for a reason. We might not know the reason, we might not want an explanation. Sometimes we are not ready for the explanation to see. And what they're showing me is that taking the weight from your heart and from your mind. Some people were carrying it in the heart, some people in the heart, in the head, some people in the gut, even in your womb. So the womb is for women, it's like how we create life, but also is the sacral energy, is where we create a lot of situations, circumstances, projects. Everything is creation, is creativity, for women and for men. And sometimes people carry it there and you feel blocked, right? So what they're showing me is that they pull something out so you can feel that relief. You can feel the pain or the heaviness be lifted from you. And know that they're going to carry with it and they're going to process. Sometimes we think we need to process this situation, this emotion, this belief. Well, maybe we don't need to. Maybe let them process it. Maybe let them take it away from you and process it on the way so you feel the relief and you can move on. They're sending some of the energy, and it's like you can see it like a beam of light. And this beam of light is coming on the front. It's kind of like the sun shining towards you. And you can see that it's connecting with all your chakras, your main chakras, and also your little chakras that are all over your body. Chakras are energy points where we receive energy and we give energy. So see it activating all your chakras, illuminating every single chakra in your body. You might see only the 7 main ones, you might see a lot of them. It doesn't matter how you see it, know that's happening in your body. Or maybe you feel warmth or even cold air, a little vibration in your body. Knowing that's clearing your chakras, they're balancing your chakras. So you are able to move forward with ease without carrying any chakra overdriven or underdriven. And someone is scared here or nervous about receiving this energy, don't be. It's only for your highest and best intentions. So that's what the divine team do, and that's where my intention set up before any call or any group sessions I do or one-on-one sessions I do is always that the energies that come forward is only for your highest and best intentions, for your highest timeline. There's a lot of throat, higher heart, and heart chakra activations. And what that means is like they are bringing knowledge and wisdom to these chakras. The chakra of the throat is like the chakra of the communication, how we speak, how we share what we want to share. Heart is all about feeling and receiving love and giving love. And maybe your intuition is maybe your center point of intuition. And I'm doing a lot of healing too, because I see scratches in these chakras, some scars, some are scars, like old scars, and some are newer, but they are clearing all of that just so we can then speak the words that we need to speak with the kindness or the compassion that we want, or with the right words, saying the right words so the other person can listen to it and can receive it in the same way. And feel this release of tension, of feeling the nurturing, or kind of like a balm, like a soothing balm in your scars, in your scratches. Also feel how your heart has created some, not, it's not blocks, it's protection shields, and like for some people are walls, some people are shields, some people are like certain parts of your heart is protected by a heart cover. It's different for everyone. No, however you see it or however you feel it is how it is. I kind of feel like it's slightly dissolving that layer of protection, either the wall or the shield is kind of letting it go. Because sometimes we put walls because we are heartbroken, or we don't want to repeat that pain and suffering in any situation or any relationship. But walling up or protecting it hardcore is not going to help it, because there are lessons that maybe you haven't processed, and maybe there are lessons that you still need to learn, and walling it up won't let you experience those lessons. So maybe it won't let you experience heartbreak again, but also won't let you progress. And we are here to learn, and if we don't learn, we have to repeat our lifetime in the same way until we learn our lessons. So the saying, remove the shields, bring down the walls, not because of you think you're healed and everything is perfect, is because maybe there's a lesson that you need to learn. And if you didn't learn it yet, maybe a situation, similar situation, doesn't have to be the same, similar situation, similar circumstances, similar relationship had to come forward before you learn the lesson. And doesn't mean that you're going to suffer as you did in the last time, because now you know better and you will be aware of it, and so you won't let it happen that way. But you have to go through it again and again and again if you don't learn the lesson. I hope that makes sense. If not, message me and I can explain it better. But what that's showing me is like our soul came to learn something. or to experience something. Maybe they came to experience love, pure unconditional love. But to know pure unconditional love, they need to experience the lack of love, or the heartbreaking, or hate even. And if we wall up and we're like, we don't want to experience all those things, I don't want to experience hate or lack of love or anything of that, then we are not going to learn or experience the whole spectrum of love. So then our lifetime will have to be again another lifetime where we have to go through those lessons. And do you want to keep on coming back for the same lessons, or do you want to keep on progressing and elevating your soul and giving it experience so next time, next lifetime, they choose something different? The saying to share with others what you feel, share with others what has hurt you, of the situation, the circumstance. You can share with that person. And if you don't feel comfortable sharing physically, sharing those words, you can do it energetically. And what that's showing me is like you can call your higher self. So your higher self is you, but in the highest timeline. What is the highest timeline? The best version of yourself. How you can show up as the best version of yourself. And call upon the other person's or the situation's higher self, so their best version, and have them talk and have them share what you want to share. And energetically, that helps. One, it helps you feel more released, and it feels you have to hear them too, right? Like your higher self is speaking up, but you speak to their higher self, to the best version of themselves. You also listen to what they're saying, because they might be hurt too in different ways, right? And the reason to do this is because maybe our human self or our current timeline cannot listen to it, is not able to listen to it. And they're sharing with you that this is an easier way. Doesn't mean that's the only way. You can talk to them in person. Sometimes it's better said in person. But also know the planets right now are all upside down. And this Mercury retrograde, the planet of communication. So sometimes speaking now is not the best thing, because maybe the other person is also going through their own situation. Maybe waiting a bit longer is okay, but talk to the higher self. Don't let it unspoken. I'm going to give you some space to do that if you want to do it now. If you need to continue, you can pause the recording. If not, take a deep breath to anchor the relief, to anchor letting those words come out from your heart, to release them, right? To release them and to share them with your higher self and their higher self. And I feel like the scars and the scratches have healed a bit more once we have spoken that truth of ourselves, our version of the truth. Because the three versions of the truth, right? Like my perspective, the other person's perspective, and the real truth. They're showing me this picture where there's two people in front of each other, and in the floor is written a 6 for one person, but from the other side's perspective it's a 9, and one says it's a 6 and the other one says a 9, and then none of them are wrong, both of them are right. But it's not, they're only seeing it from their perspective is right, from the other perspective they're wrong, right? So sometimes sharing our truth and speaking about it as like, this is how I feel, this is how it made me feel, this is my truth, doesn't mean that's the only truth, doesn't mean that your experience or perspective is wrong. This is my truth, and sharing it that way shows a bit of humbleness and shows that you know that you're not expecting it to be 100% right. You're not here to fight on who is right and who is wrong. You're sharing your experience and your perspective, and the other person is sharing theirs. And I feel like the guides are touching your face. For some people, it's touching the hair, like kind of caressing it. Some of you have tears. They're wiping those tears. Maybe they be emotional tears or energetic tears even. And they're saying they know this pain. They're hoping that a bit more is healed today. A bit of the guards and the walls and the shields have been brought down, so you can then experience life in a better way. And I want you to spend a moment thanking your divine team for allowing you this experience today, for giving you the guidance, the clarity, the relief. I'm thanking your divine team for helping me co-create the session so you could receive exactly what you were meant to receive today, and for allowing me to be a channel of healing, of growth, of wisdom, of love for you. And I'm thanking you for spending this time with me, listening to this recording or live, and hoping that this session relieves your heart a bit, eases your mind, and allows you to move forward with an open heart, open mind, open soul, because there's a new path moving forward. There's a new era kind of that's showing, and you need this relief to move forward. You need this unblocking or removing of shields to be able to move forward. I want you to take a few deep breaths at your own rhythm. Come into the present time, feeling your body. Coming back to my voice, to this moment of now. And thank you again for joining me for this week of Sacred Stillness. I hope it relieves your heart. I hope you know you can show up as you are. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to overthink like, oh, I'm coming with a lot of trauma, a lot of anxiety. Maybe I shouldn't join. No, come as you are. These sessions are meant for you and for me. It's for the collective. So join me whenever you can. We are going to be taking a break. So next week, definitely there's a break. I'm still unsure about the 9th, but I will message you if we are going to do this session. But till then, I'm sending you big, big hugs, and I hope you feel better and better and better. Take care. Bye.